1, 2. There we go. What up, party people in the place to be? Friday vibes with your truly qunique. Let's hang, baby. Let me see who's in the room today. My man Steven Knuckles, he's going for it today. What up, baby? And my man Mir Depp is in the house. What's the deal? Welcome to another episode. 1, 2. Where we at? All right, let me get my headphones right. 1, 2. There we go. Nice and crisp. What is the deal, ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful Friday? Where we at? What's going on, Steven Knuckles? I see you throwing up a lot of stuff. I see some Belly references. I haven't seen that movie in a minute, man. Let me ask you this. Did the movie Belly, did it age well? Like if we watched it today, I don't know when was the last time anybody saw that movie. I haven't seen it in a minute. I wonder if it aged well. Anybody watch it recently? Let me know, man. What up, Spoon? What's the deal? What's going on? Welcome, Spoon. It's an interesting thing. Certain movies don't age well. One of them was I was looking, not that I was looking, but me and my friends were having this conversation, and one of the first films that came up, my man Gorilla, son. Thank you, Gorilla. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. And if it's your first time here, hit the like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. We do 2 live feeds a week. On Wednesdays, we do Live from the Lab. That's more of whether I'm having a special guest or I have some sort of story to tell, very specific story with experience and details and all of that good stuff. And today is more like a free forum. Y'all throw some questions or whatever. We build together. You know, like for instance, my man Steve Knuckles, he mentioned Belly and like I he alley-ooped it and I throw it up and whatever have you, or I slam it, but not really. I didn't really slam it. I'm just curious, building on what he said about Belly and if it aged well. And what I was, you think about certain films and if they aged well or not. And I was having this conversation with a couple of friends of mine. And one of the movies that came up was that movie Revenge of the Nerds. And I don't know, man. there's some stuff that they do in that movie that I don't know if you could, I don't know if you get away with without getting canceled or ruffling someone's feathers. You know what I mean? So you know the deal. City of God, yo, Gorilla, City of God, son. That movie is a brilliant film. Not solely based on the storyline, because the storyline is insane, but the screenplay, the acting, the cinematography, everything about that movie was done really well, man. That movie is amazing. That's a good movie, man. For real. Oh yeah, Spoon, I didn't know that. Bananas. Is today your birthday though? Is today your official birthday? Because for some reason I thought your birthday was the same day as the first release of the qunique, Rhythmatic single, Cypher Up. I wasn't sure though. What up, Bananas? You going out? You leaving? Fresh was dope. Fresh is a good movie too. I haven't seen, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen in a while. I haven't seen Belly in a while. I haven't seen Fresh in a while. I haven't seen Menace to Society in a while. I haven't seen Boys in the Hood. All of them, like them hood type movies. I haven't seen a lot of them in a long time. I think my favorite might be Paid in Full, though. What's your favorite out of the hood movies? Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Belly, Paid in Full. What else am I missing? What other hood movies am I missing? New Jersey Drive. New Jersey Drive is a hood movie. Blow is not really a hood movie. Blow is more about George Jung specifically, and that's it, although it's like a dealer movie, but that's I don't know. I guess if you include everything, it becomes like, you know, narcotics cinema, right? Because then you got to add Scarface in there. You got to add maybe Basketball Diaries, Requiem for a Dream. There's so many like narcotic movies. What up, my man Crazy Legs? Ladies and gentlemen, the legend, the president, Mr. Crazy Legs of the legendary Rocksteady crew is in the building. Yep. Juice is another one. Thank you, Mir Def. That's another one I forgot. Yo, Legs, what we're doing is we're talking about narcotic cinema. So like Menace to Society, like hood / narcotic cinema. So we got Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice, what did we say? Belly, Paid in Full, Scarface. I said Requiem for a Dream, Basketball Diaries. You probably gotta add Breaking Bad to that, and you gotta add Snowfall. Like those two series are like just really well done, man, for real. And you gotta add City of God to it. Arguably, now I gotta change my answer because arguably, City of God might be the best narcotic film ever made, in my opinion, because now you got to look at the details of it. I'm not saying that any of those other movies don't deserve their flowers, because they do, but City of God, like I had said, the screenplay, the acting, the cinematography, everything about it is just really, really well done. The editing, the colors, everything about it is just, it's peak. It's peak. New Jack City, that's another one. Yes. That's another one, New Jack City. I used to love New Jack. I haven't seen that film in a long time too, but I feel like the movies that came after it kind of like fixed some of the loose details of New Jack City, because a lot of the times when that movie comes up in conversation, people feel like it's too exaggerated. And I feel like, you know, Scarface to me is a bit exaggerated as well, or maybe it's not, I don't know. I wasn't in Miami at that time and seeing what was really happening, but yeah, I think if we put it in order, maybe City of God for me is number one, with Paid in Full at number 2, and Menace to Society at number 3. But y'all tell me. Deep Cover, son. That's another joint. We're gonna have to make a little, somebody get a paper and pen, son. Fresh, yes, Fresh is a good one. Now, do we count the ones that are series? Breaking Bad, Snowfall, I'm trying to think of some others that are insane like that. Because Breaking Bad is easily the best narcotic series, in my opinion, ever made. I don't know if anything, there are definitely series that have come close. I think Snowfall is really well made. I'm trying to think of others. Oh, wow, that's a good one, Steven. You know what, Steven? I never seen that film. I never seen it. I never seen that one, man. I don't know. I can't even say anything, man. You gotta tell me. Oh, I'm gonna go up and eat something real quick. The Wire. Son. Okay. Breaking Bad, The Wire, Snowfall, as far as series. And Ozark. Ozark is crazy. Breaking Bad, The Wire, Ozark, and Snowfall. You could put those in. I just feel that Breaking Bad might be the top of all of them. But everybody has their opinion, man. Dope is another one, son. Narcotic cinema. Then you gotta add blow. You gotta, oh, matter of fact, what am I saying? Narcos. Narcos is another one. That series, the filming, the screenplay, the acting, the cinema, everything about it is just, especially the first 2-3 seasons, just peak, incredibly done. Queen of the South. Yo, Gorilla, I never seen that one, man. What up, Nitty McNuggets? Juice, yes, we definitely got to add Juice. There wasn't a whole lot of narcotic shit in that. That was more like stick-up shit. Oh, wait, we forgetting one. Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill is a dope one, too. Sugar Hill is really good. That's what for Wesley Snipes to go from New Jack City, which was good. It was good for its time, but Sugar Hill was deep, like deep cover. Somebody mentioned deep cover. That's a good one. Juice, definitely. It's a dope series. I gotta check that one. Nitty McNuggets. So we talking about narcotic cinema. Whether it's a series or movies, like movies like Menace to Society, like they said, Juice, Sugar Hill, New Jack City, Paid in Full, and then you go into the series like Breaking Bad, Snowfall, Ozark, everybody's naming stuff. Oh, that's another one. Yo, Chris Superstar, thank you for that. I never seen that movie, man. I gotta check that movie, man. I mentioned the Basketball Diaries and Requiem for a Dream. But those movies are kind of like hard watches. Like it's brilliant, like they're done well, but they're a tough watch. Not to say that any narcotic film should be taken lightly. The Wire is dope, though. The Wire is really dope. The Wire. What's crazy is I feel the whole world, when from what I understand, when Breaking Bad came out, and the same with The Wire, everyone was kind of slow to get into it. And I think they became more of a hit after the fact. But Breaking Bad and The Wire is just superior stuff. I never seen that, Gorilla Strong. Set It Off is a dope hood movie. Yes. Chris Superstar, The Corner, is that the one that's based even in either down south or is it done in Chi-Town? I don't remember, but I remember The Corner. I do remember The Corner. I never seen that one either. Dead Presidents, thank you. That's a good one. Dead Presidents is a good one, man. Now we got, see, what's dope about this is like some of y'all suggestions. The Corner is Baltimore. Okay, dope. I gotta check that out. There's so many I gotta go back to. Like some of them y'all said is like Half-Baked. yo, you hit a nut. Yo, Nitty, you hit a home run with that one. Y'all made me laugh with that one. Peace, Mad Villain. What's the deal, son? What's the deal? Chucky. You gotta be on narcotics to watch that shit. Trying to think, but there's like a lot of dope. You know, it's crazy because that's what they should call it. They should just call it narcotic cinema because it's like it's so based on these things. What was the one? Didn't Tom Cruise do one where he played the guy that flew the plane? What was the name of that movie there? I think Tom Cruise did it, right? Where he was the actual dude flying. Was it Tom Cruise or was it somebody else? Bananas. Narcos to me is up there with Breaking Bad and The Wire. Narcos is just brilliantly done, man. And we can't forget City of God. We already mentioned City of God a million times already, but I gotta say that film, it's insanely good. And the fact that it's based on a true story. So at the end, when they showed the news clips at the end, and they show the Kung Fu dude, or they call him Kung Fu, whatever his name was, like that shit just blew my mind, man. That's a brilliant film. Barry Seal. Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Sons of, I never seen, you know what's crazy is like, thank you for that, Serge. Thank you. What up, Serge? You know what's crazy? I've seen a lot of the Sons of Anarchy. I didn't see the whole thing, and I didn't see Mayans either. I saw a lot of Sons of Anarchy, and it is brilliant. I didn't, you get distracted all the time. You don't get to finish these things, and I never saw Mayans. But Ozark is another one, because Ozark, I only finished season 1. That was dope. Trying to think. I am watching right now Landman with Billy Bob Thornton, and there is some narcotic action in it, and I think it's about to get deeper. I just finished the first season of that. It's pretty good. There's a lot about it that's kind of like weird for me, and I can't relate. I'm not from Texas, so a lot of the mannerisms, I'm like, you're watching and it feels like you're just watching a display of how they get down. So it's foreign to me because I'm not from there. But I could appreciate it because I feel like I'm being educated on certain mannerisms. But it's pretty good. Trainspotting, that's a dark movie too. Like those movies like Requiem for a Dream, Basketball Diaries, Trainspotting, those 3 movies are dope narcotic cinema, but those are the darkest ones. Like those are like really dreary, and you gotta be careful. Like almost like if you're an emotional person, you gotta be careful watching that, because those are really hardcore, man. Those are hardcore. Yeah, Nitty, that's a good pick right there. Excuse me for a second. Chris, I didn't even know that movie existed. The GOAT with Don Cheadle. Oh, isn't there a series it's about London, the city of London, and their narcotic situation. I don't know if it's called something boy. Like, somebody help me out here. I never seen Cherry. I'm having a taco right now, it's almost like burrito size though. So it's real simple shit. Does anybody know that series that's based on the London streets? And it came out not in recent, like this year, but in recent years. Anybody know the name of that? Top Boy, yes, Chris, thank you for that. There you go. I've seen a lot of that. That shit is dope. Matter of fact, is The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie, would that be considered, like a lot of the Guy Ritchie stuff, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, that's dope. I don't know if you could call Snatch. Snatch is not really narcotics. It deals more with the underworld, and Snatch is one of my all-time favorite movies. It deals with the underworld, but it doesn't really deal in narcotics. Matter of fact, Goodfellas, from the middle to the end, deals with narcotics. So could we classify that as a narcotics, or is that, I guess that's more mafia with narcotics in it, you know what I mean? Oh, son, you said Christopher Walken. Frank White, of course, King of New York, son, King of New York. One of the best narcotic movies ever, son. Traffic, oh my God, son. Now we're talking. These are brilliant. Traffic is just a brilliant narcotic film. Well acted, the filming, the coloring, everything about that is just really well done. That's a good movie. Yes. Ichi the Killer, I never seen that, man. American Gangster, son. How did I forget that? Holy shit, that's a good movie too, man. Yo, let me get one of the meal bars. Thank you. It's by the protein bar. There you go. Cocaine Cowboys. That's the documentary series though, right? Because that shit was not. Oh, Griselda. Not the label. Respect to them. But the series about Griselda, that was pretty good, man. I dug it. I didn't hate it. I wasn't mad at it. I thought Homegirl did a good job. I thought that was good. That was a good one. Tiger King. It felt like an archive. Tiger King was just pure chaos, man. First, I was trying to wrap my head around people here in the United States with tigers in their yard. Like, you know, you're just trying to find the logic in all of this, you know what I mean? Machiavelli peace, baby. You know, Steven Knuckles, I never seen Gridlock either, man. I never seen that. Some of these movies, what I want to know, like when y'all mention older movies like that, like Gridlock, even some that I know, like Juice or New Jack City, I'm curious, do y'all think these movies aged well? Or do you think like, or if you've seen them recently, did they feel kind of cheesy to you? Where some of the characters are a little too overacted, or maybe by some of the stuff that we see today, like Breaking Bad or Snowfall, they're done so well, Narcos, they're done so well that when you look back at the older stuff, it's kind of cheese. I don't know. Okay, I see what y'all are saying. Okay, thank you. Training Day, son. Training Day is a beast of a movie. That's a good movie. That's definitely peak narcotic. It's kind of mixed, right? Because it's narcotic, but like police drama. But I think it belongs in the subject of that. There was a movie called Mule. That's a good movie. I'm not sure if it was made in Mexico or if it was made here, but that's an intense movie because it takes you, it shows you the perspective of the trafficker, the person that's holding the like in this case, it's a bunch of like women from Mexico, and you know they need money. Shit is real over there, and so they get caught up in putting the drugs in. You kind of figure it out. They put it in a balloon, they swallow it, all of that stuff, and so they give you that perspective. I think the film was called Mule, but that movie was kind of crazy. Yes, rest in peace, Robert Duvall, man. Brilliant actor. He's got iconic movies. He seemed like a down-to-earth person. I never met him, but he's part of that era. Him, James Caan, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you could go on and on. There's so many from that era where the acting was I feel like the acting was a lot more intense, even for like a movie like Jaws, where if you see the movie Jaws, after you get past the whole mechanical shark thing, you actually are just paying attention to the acting and the cinematography, and the acting in that film is actually really done well. So they come from that era where I feel like acting was like more heavily leaned on, whereas now a lot of the CGI and effects and editing kind of like balance that out. I'm not taking anything away from any of today's actors. Obviously, there are some great actors that didn't come from that graduating class of Robert Duvall and Daniel Day-Lewis, to name Denzel Washington. But movies don't get made like their movies, like a Robert Duvall, Al Pacino movie from, like that era. So you know what I mean. Above the Rim. Oh, it does hold up. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, man. Apocalypto. Tanya, Apocalypto is a brilliant film. But it's not narcotic cinema, but it is a brilliant film. Trying to think. Getting back to narcotic cinema. So wild, because every time I look at y'all comments. So Chris, you watched Deep Cover recently and it was good? Like it still held through the test of time? That's good if that's... Yo, Tanya, Fear and Loathing is a narcotic film that is so insane to me. That movie is insane to me. It's just, that's a narcotic film. That's a good film. The acting is insane. Everything that they did, the editing, how they put it together, that's an insane movie. That is definitely a top narcotic film for sure. I never seen that. I never seen Spun. True Romance. Oh my God. Thank you, Martin Vasquez. That's a good narcotic film too. True Romance is crazy. I was trying to see, is Pulp Fiction, would you guys consider Pulp Fiction a narcotic film, or Jackie Brown from the Quentin Tarantino batch? Because I was thinking about that. Is it Pulp Fiction or is it Jackie Brown? Which ones of those would you, maybe neither, So let me know on that one. I'm not sure. Easy Rider. Wow, you took it back. So Martin, you think Pulp Fiction? I mean, there is the scene where homegirl ODs, and Mr. Wallace is a dealer, right? So yeah, I guess it kind of like it plays the line on narcotics, right? So that's yeah, I guess we could consider Pulp Fiction. I'm trying to remember what Jackie Brown was about. I hadn't seen that movie okay, thank you, Chris. Because I haven't seen that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, man. I watched it when it first came out, and then I might have watched it one more time, but then so I don't really remember where he went with that movie. I just remember there was a lot of shady shit. But Quentin Tarantino films always has a lot of shady shit happening, a lot of wild shit. So, but not all of his films are narcotic films, surprisingly. Jackie Brown aged well. See, I gotta go and look at it again. The Acid House. I don't. Over the Edge. I never seen that either. Pootie Tang? That was a good one, Gorilla. That was a good one, son. Hold up, man. Pootie Tang. Martin Vasquez. I don't remember if they dealt drugs or had any drug situation in that film. To me, that film was more hood and street. I don't remember any narcotics, but I haven't seen that movie. That was a good movie. From what I remember, I hadn't seen that movie in forever. But I remember it being a kind of okay movie. I don't know if it aged well. Oh, wait. Carlito's Way, son. What are we thinking? Detroit, Rock City. Don't be a menace. You know what? Carlito's Way. It's a cool movie. It was never one of my top narcotic films. It was okay, but that's definitely part of narcotic cinema for sure, man. But I haven't seen that movie in a minute. It was never really my top joint. That one. It was cool. That's a cool film. Pineapple Express. Yo, Steven Knuckles, that's a crazy pick. Less Than Zero. I think I only seen that movie once, and I remember it being a dark film. Like they were really trying to kind of put a little light on some of the realities. But I don't know if it stood the test of time. But that I remember it being dark. It might not be as dark today because some of the films that we mentioned actually go darker. But I remember that being a dark film. I hadn't seen it in a minute. Boogie Nights, sir. I don't know. Wait, I don't even want to laugh at that because I don't remember if there was any narcotics in that. I don't remember. I only seen that movie once. That movie was pretty good. Man, it's crazy, right? When you think of how many narcotic movies Hollywood has dropped through the years, it's kind of crazy, man. Like we've named a lot. And a lot of them I don't even remember. Some of them you guys are naming I never even seen. So it's like, that's crazy. What up, Bill Shapiro? What's the deal? The Principal. That's the joint with homie James Belushi, right? Or no, it was the other dude, Tom Berenger. Who did that? Was it James Belushi or it probably is Tom Berenger though? Apora, yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yo, Tanya, I like Layer Cake. Layer Cake is a good film. It didn't really like people kind of like breezed by it, but I think is that a Guy Ritchie film as well? I don't remember. I remember it being pretty good though. Miami Vice. You know what? I don't remember an episode of that. I don't know if I was even paying attention. I was a little too young, so I don't know. I'm sure it was great. Um, Somebody remind me. I'm sure that there are moments, but in The Sopranos where they dealt with narcotics. I remember Chris had an addiction, but I don't know if you could like they touch upon it, but they don't really dive into it like that. It was more dealing with the stronger issues of crime family. I don't remember that being like a heavy The Substitute. I never seen that. New York Undercover. Oh, snap. I forgot about that joint, man. Basketball Diaries. Yes. Yes. Berenger. So Stephen Knuckles, do you think that the Al Pacino film that you're mentioning, the Needle Park, did it age well? Like, cause I never seen that movie. So if I go watch it, am I gonna be bored out of my mind because it's dated, or am I gonna enjoy it? You know, for instance, to me, The Godfather, right? It's an old film. But if I watch it, I'm going to enjoy it. Like every time that shit is on, I'm frozen. Like I'm like watching. I feel like I'm watching some of the best acting I've ever seen. So I don't know if it's the same for that Al Pacino movie. School me on that. Is it good? Euphoria, Nitty McNuggets. That's a good one, man. I only seen a few episodes of Euphoria. I didn't finish it. I don't know. I've heard good things about it. I got distracted. I started watching and then just went into something else. I never finished that one. How high? The Usual Suspects. Yes. Bronx Tale. Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill is a very good film. And there are moments in Sugar Hill where it goes dark because of their dad and the whole like watching how they deal with their addicted father. Like that movie it has a touch of darkness to it as well. Yeah. Yes. 187. I don't think I've ever seen that one, man. But because you guys are bringing it up, I want to see Fresh again. I remember enjoying that movie Fresh a lot. I don't know if it aged well, but I remember when that movie came out, I really liked it a lot. Um, oh, Better Call Saul, right? That because it deals with um, the beginnings of what would become Breaking Bad. So he gets intertwined with all of the narcotics, right? Layer Cake is insanely good. Fresh is still at 10. All right, I gotta go watch it again then, man, because I hadn't seen that movie in a while, but I used to love that movie, man. I thought it was really good. Requiem for a Dream is a dark movie. I don't know if I would ever watch it again. So Basketball Diaries, Requiem for a Dream, Train Spotting, those three films, I don't know if I could watch them again. I remember like those three in particular. I mean, we're talking about a dark subject, and there's a lot of darkness about all of these. I mean, Breaking Bad has some insanely dark moments, but those three films really go heavy on darkness. And so I don't know if I would ever watch those again, but you know, yeah, exactly, Martin. Exactly. Weeds, I never saw Weeds, man. What up, DJ Perro? What's going on? DJ Perro, what's the deal? The trailer for Spun? I definitely will. I definitely will. Um, and I'm loving all of your suggestions. I still got to know about that Al Pacino film. Somebody tell me about. Is it Stephen Knuckles that mentioned it? I forgot who mentioned it, but the Needle Park. I want to know if it stood the test of time. If anybody had seen it recently, like if it still works. I'm curious because I never seen it. Weeds. I never seen Weeds. Requiem for a Dream is good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's really well produced, well acted. I'm just saying it's dark. So I don't know for me if I would watch something like that again. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting. I'm not saying that it's not good. It's like certain narcotic or hood movies I'm cool with because they don't dive too deep. They get dark, but they don't dive as deep as Requiem does. And so that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Ex Machina. Thank you, Savage. Thank you. What up, Savage? What's the deal, son? Come on, son. What's going on, Savage? Sound effects is being weird. I never seen that, Legs, Lepke. Hey, yo, Legs, have you seen the movie that they mentioned about Al Pacino, something Needle Park? It's his first film before The Godfather. Because I never seen it, but I'm curious. I'm curious about that film. 187 is a good film. I haven't seen it in a minute. I have to go and see it again. That's another film I haven't seen in a while. Panic at Needle Park. Thank you. Bill Shapiro, what's the deal, homie? American Me, son. American Me is a dope film. Even though the behind the scenes are much darker than the movie itself. If y'all heard the stories about what went on behind the scenes with that. But that's a good film. It's a good film. You know, unfortunately, there was some issues about what they were talking about in the film versus the real people, you know, but it's a good film. That's a good pick. I forgot about that, man. Thank you, Stephen Knuckles. I gotta watch it because I never seen that film. I'm guessing it's dark because of the. I'm guessing it's based on you know some needle drug stuff. You know, I don't know what I can say, what I can't say without, you know, how the censorship works here. But you know, Yvette, what's going on? What's the deal? Wow, Tanya, you have that on VHS? That's dope. That's dope. Right, Martin Vasquez, exactly. Real people got killed. So that movie has a crazy history to it. But if we just put that on the side for a second, American Me was well done. That, you know, that's something like, you know, it's a tough one, man, because the story's tough. It's a tough story. American Made. Narcos is brilliant. You know what's crazy? When it first dropped, I watched it and I was blown away by the lead actor. I thought, and he's Brazilian, and so the whole story about him having to learn Spanish and then having to learn how to, you know, pronounce things, and he had to get a coach and all of that, because obviously he's Brazilian, so his first language is Portuguese. But he did he played Escobar in a way that I don't know if any, I'm sure other people could play Escobar, but the way he played it, it was just so memorable. And I went back to watch it recently, just as background. Sometimes you put on something for background while you're vacuuming or something, and again, like, you're just hypnotized by this guy's performance, man. It's just, he did a brilliant job, man. Kids is another one. That's a dark film, man. That's a dark film. But that wasn't really, I don't know if I would, that's more like some New York City 90s type thing. But I remember it being intense because of the subject matter and how far they were going with how they were dealing with the subject matter. That's a good film, man. It's a tough watch. It's a tough watch because it's, you know, there's a lot of reality to it. So that's also that's a dark film to me. It's a good film. It's brilliant, but it's a dark film. It's a dark film. Pee Wee Drugs. Oh man, King of New York. King of New York is just classic. And I'm sure that there's some cheesy parts to that, because I feel like some of the roles that they played were kind of like over the top the way they played it. But Lawrence Fishburne is just as memorable as Christopher Walken in that movie. Like, that movie is amazing. There's some dope quotables from that. The whole thing about that film is just brilliant. That's a good film. Definitely a good film. King of New York. And man, I never seen that, Stephen Knuckles. Wow, Bill Shapiro. What was the vibe like at that premiere? Like, was it intense because the movie's intense? Was everybody excited? Yeah, Kids is a messed up one. Yeah, Savage. You know, that combination between Lawrence Fishburne and Christopher Walken for King of New York. And it's crazy because you could tell Lawrence Fishburne beyond that shit because you watch King of New York and he's straight like hood, right? And then you go to something like The Matrix and he's like so chill, like, yo, this is The Matrix. Like, you know what I mean? Like, good acting, man. Oh, I'm sure Martin Vasquez. You don't want to hear a crazy story? Because Crazy Legs, I don't know if Crazy Legs is still here. But one time, me and Legs, in the 90s, we used to do a lot of club hopping. We used to go from club to club to club to club to club to party to party to party. And one time we went to this bar in Lower Manhattan. And when we walked in, Anthony Michael Hall, the first person I saw was Anthony Michael Hall, and he was making out with some girl. This is in the 90s, so, you know, whatever. But it was just straight, like it was surreal. I was like, yo, that's Anthony Michael Hall. We were just tripping, right? So music was pumping, places packed, but it wasn't like your normal club. Like if Anthony Michael Hall was there, I think Gene Simmons was in the building too, but I could be wrong. That's how my brain remembers it. But what I clearly remember is that there was a pool room in the back. So me and Legs walked, took a couple of steps. We looked into the pool room, and Christopher Walken was leaning on a pool table, just staring into the dark. Like he's just staring into nothing by himself. And me and Legs just looked at each other like, yeah. But we left him alone. We didn't mess with him. But it was just weird. Like he was just chilling by the pool table. It was crazy. 25th Hour is a good film. That's a good film. That's a very good film. Yeah, Stephen Knuckles. Gotti, that's not, Gotti, is that the one with, what was the name of that actor? Can't think of his name. But I think that one was a good one. I think that was a good one. Bill Shapiro, that had to be around, man, it could have been anywhere from 93 to 95. I don't remember. But it was just surreal. A lot of the places Crazy Legs would take me to, we would see just bizarre shit that you couldn't believe you were seeing it. One time we went to one club, everybody's like partying. These are like you had to know about these parties. These weren't like your typical like everybody's going there. These were like almost like on a speakeasy level, right? And another party we went to, the lead singer from the B-52s rolled up. And I remember tripping out like, oh shit, because you're not expecting a guy like that to be at any party. It was just really surreal, man. It was wild. Yvette, yo, City of God is, to me, like I had said it earlier on this, when we started, I'm gonna have to say that City of God is my #1 narcotic movie. I think that's one of the best acted, filmed, written narcotic films ever made. And I'm guessing it does a lot of justice to the actual story because it's based on a true story. So when they show the images at the end and the clips, It's just like I didn't like when I watched that film, I didn't know it was a true story. I just I just watched it because somebody said, "Yo, this film was crazy." And so at the end when they show all the clips and everything, it was like my head almost exploded. It was like, "Holy shit, this is an actual like this is a true story." It was wild. It was wild. So oh, that's dope, Savage. That's really dope. Yeah, City of God is just people forget it. People tend to forget about it, but I even beyond narcotic cinema that we're talking about, City of God is like one of the best films ever made, in my opinion. In my opinion, like all jokes aside, you know, I don't know any of those actors, and everybody just brought an A game. Like even the kids, like the kid that played Young Z and his partner, I forgot the name of the partner. Like they just did a fucking good job. Like it's like really well done, man. I never watched the sequel. Was the sequel good? Cause I did they pick up from where it leaves off? Like it picks up from all of that chaos? Is because and is it as good as part one? Is it worth the watch? You know what I mean? Martin Vasquez, I never saw Fly. I don't think I saw it. Who's in that film? Savage, are you saying that City of God Part 2 is not as good as Part 1, but it's worth the watch? Okay. If that's what you're saying. Thank you, Gorilla. Okay. All right. I see that. Y'all are giving me a crazy list. Got a lot of watch homework to do, man. 1, 2. Yo, I'm just checking with y'all. The mic still sounds good because it sounded kind of trippy in my headphones. So I don't know. Is the mic sounding good? Is it thinning out? Just let me know. Jeff Goldblum in what is that 187? He was in 187, right? Thank you, guys. The Fly. Oh yeah. That's narcotic. That's you have to be on narcotics to watch that. It's not narcotic cinema, but that's actually a good film too, man. That's a good film. Would you say that out of all the narcotic cinema, what would I want y'all to tell me out of all the narcotic cinema we mentioned, what is your number one? I'm curious. So for me, as far as film, it's City of God. And as far as series, it's Breaking Bad. Those are my two. City of God as a film is number one for me. Breaking Bad as a series is number one for me. What are your number ones? Bill Shapiro, Easy Money is my shit. I love that movie, son. I put it on, yo, I was smoking some weed the other day and I put that shit on. I couldn't stop laughing, man. You know what's crazy about that film? Because I haven't seen it in so long. Joe Pesci's hairdo in that movie is nuts. It's crazy. That movie is amazing, man. Train Spotting is a rough one. Jesse Pinkman, son. You know, it would have been dope. I know that they weren't going to do it, but instead of them doing that one Jesse Pinkman movie, wouldn't it have been dope if Jesse Pinkman would have picked up and maybe moved to a different like state and became like this kingpin and we watch him mature and just become something totally different. That would have probably been cool because he killed that role, man. The Superman, Mountain Baskers. That's a crazy, that's a funny movie. I hadn't seen, I don't know if it aged well, but I remember when it came out, that was funny back then, but I don't know about now, man. Comedy has evolved so much, but, Easy Money, it's still got that punch to it, man. You know what it is? It's Rodney Dangerfield. It's like, if you're walking into that film, Easy Money, and you're not you don't set your expectations high, but the combination with him and Joe Pesci and their mannerisms, like, see, I'm from Brooklyn, so I know those mannerisms, like the way they're acting, the way they're carrying on, even the wedding party in the small backyard. Like, I've lived through shit like that. So for me, it's funny, but it's personal funny to me because I've experienced shit like that. So it still works. Yo, Martin, Who's the Man? I hadn't seen that movie, and I was wondering if it aged well because I'm sure all of us loved that movie when it came out. Not just because it might have been funny for the time, but the all of the cameos of all of our hip hop heroes, like when KRS is in there or Guru was running from the cops or whatever, like, or Busta Rhymes rolls down the window with Leaders of the New School, the weed smoke. Like, that movie, I love that movie just based on the cameos alone. That's such a good movie, man. Chris, that's your favorite is Belly? I have to go and watch it again, man. I remember a homie from Menace to Society. I don't know his name, the actor's name, but the role he played in Belly was like, he stood out in that movie, like with the hair and his mannerisms. He killed that shit to me. Jose was Cypher. So yeah, that's right. See, that's what I mean. That movie's dope. That movie's so dope, man. I don't know if it's still funny, but it's a dope movie nonetheless, man. For reals. Man. Now we're going into that borderline hip hop like feel to it. It's like Who's the Man got that hip hop thing to it. I love when shit like that happens. I'm trying to think, what was the name of that rock movie where is it Matt Dillon? He has the long hair, and there's a scene where he's sitting down, and I think it's Eddie Vedder. Is it Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam? I think it's two members of Pearl Jam, maybe Chris Cornell. What's the name of that movie? I don't remember the name of that movie. Flight. I never seen that movie. Perro, thank you. What up, Andrea? What's going on? I never seen that, Spoon. I gotta see that. I never seen that. JMV, what's going on? Toronto in the place. Yes, sir. Singles, that's the one, right? Where he's trying to start a band. That scene, they gave him a bad review, and he was like still like, F it, we're gonna move forward and all of that. When I saw Pearl Jam, and I think Chris Cornell is in it, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. But when you see Pearl Jam, I was like, oh snap, Pearl Jam. Like, you know the deal. Like we were saying with Who's the Man. I love seeing like shit like that, man. Like where you see like one of your music heroes like in like a movie and you just catch it like, oh shit, I've seen that with John Bon Jovi. He did a couple of films. He did one where he's in the Navy or he's in a submarine or something like that. He's one of the soldiers, one of the officers. I love that, like those cameo appearances of some of our favorite heroes. David Bowie did a lot of dope film. He was a good actor as well as obviously a great musician. Yeah, Stephen Knuckles, The Town is a good movie. That was really well done. My homie Slain is in that. That's a good movie too. That's a really good movie. U571, that's the joint with Bon Jovi, right? Bill, thank you for that. Yo, for real, JMV, that's dope, man. Yo, if you could DM me on IG and like if you have a page with your work, DM me on Instagram and let me check it out. I'm like, that sounds dope, man. Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap, that's right, Chris. That's right. The cameos in Spinal Tap are crazy too. There's some crazy like cameos in that one as well. Um Man, this is dope, man. I'm loving this subject today, man. Rod Digger was in 13 Ghosts? I didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Um, Man, some good ones, man. These are some good. Y'all get this is fun, man. I'm digging this, man. These like y'all are saying some movies I never seen, and I thank you for that. And some of them I'm just remembering for the first time. Thank you, JMV. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. And for y'all, one more time, thank y'all for y'all support with the super chats, the super stickers, the super gifts. And if you want to show any more support, aside from liking and subscribing to the page, hit up qunique.com, q-unique.com. Everything is there from music videos to music to merch, everything. So thank you in advance. Yo, Steven Knuckles, so it was crazy, like the premiere. Everybody had to be excited. Everybody. Which reminds me, what's the joint? What's the joint with Jack Nicholson, was it Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio? What am I thinking about? What's the name of that film? It was based in Boston. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, Tanya, that's a good film. And Mos Yassin, he did a great job. Thank you, Gorilla. The Departed, The Departed. That's narcotic cinema too. Kind of, well, it's kind of like organized crime, like just like Goodfellas and even The Godfather kind of loosely talks about narcotics. So I guess The Departed is more like organized crime type of film. I'm guessing. The Departed is dope though. What's up, Patrick? What's the deal? Yes, The Departed is dope. The Departed is really good. The Departed is really good. I mean, but if we're talking about organized crime, like if we switch gears and went away from narcotic cinema into organized crime, I think my number one film will always be Goodfellas. Will always be Goodfellas. For me, it was the first thing for me. It was very relatable because of the neighborhood that I grew up in, which is Gravesend. And if anybody knows the history of Gravesend into Bensonhurst into Bay Ridge, that's that whole stretch was wise guy territory. So I grew up in that. So a lot of the things that I saw as just a little child, watching the wise guys sitting in front of the cafe or just, controlling the neighborhood. So seeing Goodfellas, there was a lot that I could relate to. Not that I was a part of it. I was way too young, but you know, growing up in a neighborhood like that, it wasn't hard for me to find people that were involved with that kind of lifestyle. And so Goodfellas overall is that's my number one organized crime film of all time, easily. Patrick, to me, The Godfather, after Goodfellas, The Godfather is number two for me. The Godfather 1 and 2 are just it's an acting class. That's what it is, because everybody in there is like some of the greatest. You got Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall, James Caan, Is it Jerry Casal? Is it Jerry or Joey? I can't remember his first name. Casal, who plays Fredro. Um, um, uh, 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 Francis's sister, who also was in Rocky. I can't think of her name. She played Connie. Everybody in that film, in those films, Godfathers 1 and 2, were just, he got some of the greatest actors of all time in one film. It's like, you know what I mean? Talia Shire, thank you. Yes. Narc by Ray Liotta. You know, that's a good film. It's a dark film. Not dark where I wouldn't watch it again, but it had like a very sludgy, dark vibe to it. It's an intense film. And Ray Liotta was intense in that. Copland is like that too. Like I enjoyed Copland. That film for a lot of people is kind of hit or miss. But I thought Copland, Sylvester Stallone did a good job. I thought everybody in the film did a really good job. That's an intense movie too, kind of sludgy and dark. I dig that film. Street Kings, I never seen that. What up, Jay Freedom? What's the deal, baby? Dark Blue. American Me, YouTube Blocks, what's going on, baby? You good? American Me is a dope movie too, man. Tony Montana. Serge, yeah. You know, Scarface, I think we all love Scarface. I think because, for me, I'll speak for myself. Everybody has their own angle of why. I think I love Scarface because of the quotables. Like, I felt that Al Pacino was Al Pacino. He's one of the greatest living actors of all time. I just felt as though, like, when you watch his character in that now, I'm not so sure if it was kind of over the top, the way he was being. I've heard people say that, like his acting was a bit over the top for that specific role, but I think that's what we enjoy about it. It's almost like Usual Suspects with Benicio del Toro. He's being so over the top that you're just watching him. He's so over the top that you can't help but watch. It's such a strange character he played in that movie, you know what I mean? Fly, pelican fly. Word. Casino, there you go, Andrea. That's a good movie too. Organized crime. You know, to me, I still put Goodfellas on top, but Casino is a really, really well acted movie in there. I love the way Joe Pesci changes his accent to make sure you know he's not from New York. Like that's not easy to do. So Joe Pesci's just, you know, he's brilliant, man. What's the name? I can't remember the name of the last organized crime film that Scorsese did with Robert De Niro and Pesci. What was the name of that? Where it deals with the guy that they said dealt with Jimmy Hoffa. Al Pacino's in the movie. It's like a 3-hour movie. What was the name of that movie? Somebody help me out with that. Oh, you can't recommend White Boy Rick? Was it Cheese? I never seen that movie. Untouchables is dope. Thank you for that, Savage. You know what I love? Robert De Niro steals the show in Untouchables. That every time it's his clip, he steals the show. The whole baseball scene with the table, the way he does that whole monologue, that whole speech, that's one of the most memorable speeches to me in organized crime cinema, for real, man. The Irishman. Like, The Irishman was cool. I dug it. It was definitely a bit, like, lengthy as far as time-wise. It was like, you know, they definitely were trying to cover a lot of bases. But it was cool. I don't know if I would put it at the top of my organized crime cinema, but it was cool. It was really well done. It was really well done. But Untouchables, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, Patrick. Sean Connery murders that film. So it's Robert De Niro's clips, but when it came to the police officers, Sean Connery was just brilliant in that whole shit. He killed that film. And another one of my favorite like gangster type organized crime is Snatch. And for as funny as it is, it's just really well written. There's a lot of quotables in that movie. Everybody did their roles well. Everybody killed it. There's a lot of insanely good actors, from what Brad Pitt did to Benicio del Toro to Dennis Farina I mean, it's just a brilliant film. It's so Goodfellas and then maybe Snatch at number 2 for me. Yes, Patrick. I mean, Snatch is like, my God, man. My God. What a fucking brilliant movie. Like, Guy Ritchie deserves flyers for just that. I mean, he's got obviously brilliant movies and he's a brilliant director. But Snatch, to me, seriously, all jokes aside, is one of the, for me, in my opinion, is one of the best movies ever made. Ever made. And somebody mentioned, I already forgot the name of the series, but the series that we talked about earlier, where they're talking about the streets of London, something boy or something like that. And how they deal, how all the street hustlers deal in London City. I forgot, and it's a recent, it's not super old, but it's within the past 10 years. I can't think of the series, but it's a brilliant, well-acted series. I really, Top Boy, thank you. I keep on forgetting. Top Boy is really good, really well done. I love that. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I love that movie too. But Snatch. Ghost Dog is a good movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, Ghost Dog. Yes, Patrick, it is. It is his Goodfellas. It's Snatch is, yes. I'm getting emotional because like I think we all could appreciate when somebody puts together a fucking flawless film. And to me, Snatch is that. Snatch is a flawless film. Even the side characters, like the 3 dudes that run the bookies or they try to rob the bookies, like just their story alone is just hilariously brilliant. And every line they have, you could park a fucking jumbo jet in there. Like it's just like, I love that they have so many, as many great quotables as Goodfellas itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a good movie. The Irishman is dope. I just felt that it was too long to watch. And then what sucked was that a lot of like ex-wise guys came out and they kind of like try to like say that that's not how it went down. So even though it's a good film and it doesn't matter how Jimmy Hoffa was X'd, it's just, it kind of like distorted it a little for me because I was just hoping that they would, like for instance, in Goodfellas, they do kind of glorify a lot of it just so you can enjoy the characters. But when you read the book, there's a lot of details and a lot of misdirection in the film that's not in the book. And so, but the story stays true to how Henry Hill messed everything up and how everybody got carried away and did wild shit. It's a lot more wilder in the book, but it's not like when you watch The Irishman and they say that De Niro's character X'd Hoffa, but then when you hear the wise guys talk, they're like, no, he didn't. So it's like, you know. Chris, I'm curious about Alto Nights. I heard a lot of mixed reviews on it, and these days I'm kind of like reluctant to put time into something that might not be good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit there for 2 hours if I know that it ain't worth the time. You know what I mean? Because we all got shit to do, like doom scroll. But you know what I mean. Exactly, Patrick. Exactly. Bill Shapiro. I never seen Fatal Beauty, man. Was that a good film? I never seen that. I never seen a Jay Freedom. I never seen Alto Nights. I just, what I was saying is I heard a lot of mixed reviews, so it kind of made me like reluctant to watch it. So that's why I didn't. I love De Niro. I don't really get into dismissing somebody because of how they feel about the real world and all of that. I don't get it. I don't get involved in all of that kind of shit because I believe everybody has a right to their opinion. And I'm not here to discourage you from your opinion. So when it comes to De Niro, it's such a weird subject these days. But I never seen Alto. I'm saying that to say I never seen Alto. I'm curious about it if it was good or not. What's all right, Gorilla, my man. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, Gorilla. Peace. Patrick. That's a tough one for me, because they're both insanely good, and it's very hard for me to separate The Sopranos from The Wire. They're just both great, both well written, both well acted. I don't feel like there was any cheesy moments. That's a tough one. That's too tough. And for me, it's like Breaking Bad, The Wire, The Sopranos. You know what I mean? And it's hard to say. I usually go with Breaking Bad as the front runner, but I don't know if everybody feels that way either. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of hard to say, which one really works, which one should be number one or whatever. But to me, all three of those are the best series ever made. There's obviously a lot of great series on this planet, but those three, untouchable. Yeah, Savage, you know what I mean? Like, what else would I add, Patrick? So we said Breaking Bad, The Wire, The Sopranos, Oz. Oz is crazy. Oz is really well done. HBO at one point, and they probably still just always had some of the best series ever made, right? So Oz definitely up there. Series. Man. So we're at Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, The Wire, Oz. What else would y'all add to that? Because those are my four right now. The Log, I never seen that one. Thank you, Tanya, for that. I never heard of those, man. Spun, Two Hands, and Mr. In Between. Okay, I gotta check those out. Mr. In Between is really that good? Wow, that's crazy. Better than, I mean, Tanya, like the ones we name in a Peaky Blinders, son. Yo, my sound effects, man, it's like they're on lunch break or something. Peaky Blinders is fucking peak. That, no pun intended. That's a good, like, crime family, organized crime. That, it's a good, and that film is coming out that they're doing about Thomas Shelby's son. So we'll see how that happens, you know what I mean? For real, Patrick, Mr. In Between is that good? All right, now I got a new series to watch, man. I gotta check that out. I never even heard of that one. That's crazy. What app is that on? Is that an HBO joint, Netflix? Where's that on? New York Undercover, wow. That was a dope series. I mean, I don't know if it aged well, but for the time, it was cool. Like it was dope. It was cool. Things to do in Denver when you're is that the one with Tanya, I know it's you. Is there somebody? Oh, the '07. Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad. Yo, '07. I'm sorry for calling you Tanya. I got mixed up because y'all both have a T. Y'all both have a T in your icon. So the '07, that's the homie from where you from? You're not from Australia. I don't think. Right? Mr. In Between is on Hulu. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Sorry, I mixed the names up. It's not that '07 is being you. I'm messing up because of the two T's. Patrick, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know any Australian series, man. Y'all gotta educate me on that. I didn't even, I'm totally don't know anything about and I'm sure that they got dope stuff. Just like I'm sure there's probably great stuff in Canada, series wise. I'm pretty sure there's dope. You know what's crazy? I don't know if any of y'all feel this way. Now I'm gonna jump off a script for a second, but some anime series are just, and for some of y'all it's gonna sound crazy. Some of y'all will understand, but there are some anime series that are so well written that they almost can beat out some regular series. There's a series, and I know some of y'all know this. There's a series called Death Note. It's just really well done. It's just really well done. Chopper, I never seen that. That's right, '07. I forgot about that. Thank you, Yvette. Yes, Ghost in Shell, Death Note. Obviously, some of them have more of maybe an immature feel to them, but there's Hunter or Hunter x Hunter. I like that series. I'm watching Devil May Cry now. I'm actually enjoying that. But anime has a lot of dope stuff. But my number one right now, I haven't seen a lot of anime, but my number one, the one that really blew me away was Death Note. And Cowboy Bebop is pretty sick too. Afro Samurai is dope too. Howl's Moving Castle is amazing. Ninja Scroll I never seen. I have to check that out, '07. I gotta check that out for real. Castlevania is dope. Castlevania is really well written. The animation is beautiful. So there are a lot of dope. Japan just brings in a lot of dope animated series that are just so well written, so well thought out that you just hypnotized by what you're seeing. That's how I felt about Death Note. I was I remember telling my son holy shit, man, this is really well written, man. The animated series. I don't know about the live action. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is crazy. I have to see Ninja Scroll. You're right about that. I never got into Naruto or One Piece or all, those legendary things. And the one that I watched recently, I don't know if y'all are up on this. Another series for me. Now, I'm a weed head, but I'm a midnight toker. I'm a nighttime toker. I don't toke during the day. The reason why I'm saying that is because I would smoke some weed and then I would watch Dragon Ball Abridged. You gotta watch that's if you're into this. Dragon Ball Abridged. So what it is, for those that don't know, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball ever. And my son was like, you gotta watch Dragon Ball Abridged. And so I puffed some weed, I put it on, and I couldn't stop laughing. This shit is so stupidly funny to me, in my opinion. I think it's brilliant and funny. It's a fan-based series. So a couple of Dragon Ball fans got together because they knew the story so well, and they gave it a comedic twist, but they stuck to the story. So it's just really well done. South Park. You know, aside from South Park, the one cartoon that be having me laughing out loud is American Dad. Like, it's a wild, that's a wild show. I mean, there's a lot of great adult animated series as well. I think for now, American Dad for me is like, it always has me like really laughing. I dig that one. Which one is lame? Totally. I never heard of that one. Yes, Patrick, because it's Japanese, so they read the other way. So Patrick, you don't like the Abridged series? I thought it was funny. I actually thought it was funny. King of the Hill is actually really well written, man. I dig that one too. South Park, King of the Hill, American Dad, Family Guy, of course, Simpsons. I never really got into, I'm not saying it's bad or good. I never got into Bob's Burger. I never watched that. And I never watched too much of what's the other one? Man, y'all know what I think y'all know what I'm thinking about. But One Perfect Day, Getting Square, and Two Hands for Aussie Drug Flicks. Okay, thank you for that 07, thank you. You know what, Tanya? I think with South Park, they have been in such a groove of being controversy that's just part of their deal. They see a subject matter, they see what's going on in the world, and they attack it immediately. Like they don't play around, man. That's what it is. Ren and Stimpy is dope. Ren and Stimpy is dope. And me personally, I know it's more of a childish thing, but I always thought the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I talk about that on the song Green Grass, but that show always had me tripping and laughing out loud. The Boondocks is amazing. Amazing. Thank you for that, Gray Scott. Detroit, what's the deal, homie? Yeah, man, y'all are giving me a lot of dope things to watch. I appreciate it, man, because I'm always on the hunt to watch new things. Right now, I'm watching Landman with Billy Bob Thornton. It's very good. I dig it. And I'm watching what is it called? Let me get the name of the let me get the name of what I'm looking at. Sorry, me and Repmatic are also texting each other tomorrow. So for those that don't know, I'm gonna take a quick break just to let y'all know the qunique Repmatic album, the first single comes out next Friday. So I'm building with Rhett right now because tomorrow is our first video shoot for the single that's coming out next Friday called Cypher Up. So if you want to pre-save it, just go to qunique.com, hit the image, it'll take you right to the link to pre-save and all of that. Yo, Tulsa King is dope, Savage. I dig it. Tulsa King is really dope. Hold up for a second, y'all. Hold up for a second. Tulsa King is really dope. I did dig it. Patrick, I did heard that. I've listened to that album, the Danger Doom joint. Yes, definitely. Yo, 07. I never watched the Yellowstone. Everybody, I've heard a lot of good things about it, What was the name of that? What was the name of that again? What was the name of that again? So the other series that I'm watching is Three Body Problem. It's bugged out. It's science fiction. It's trippy. I'm only like on episode 3 though, but it's pretty chill so far. Yeah, Spoon. Those are all classics, man. I haven't seen them in all and. Billions. You know what, Yvette? I never seen Billions, man. I want to see that. I heard it was good. Y'all are saying some dope stuff. Yes, Boondock is definitely 5 tier. Definitely. Samurai Champloo, my man. Samurai Champloo is beast. It's such a good series, man. I did see Squid Game. I love the first series, the first season. Or you know what I'm talking about. I didn't get to see when they came back after he survived. I didn't get to see it. I didn't watch it. I don't know how the follow-up was, how good it was. So I don't know. I have no knowledge of it. So you would have to educate me on that. But I did dig, the first series of it. Trying to think. Man, this is so dope. There's so much dope stuff to watch. It's so good. Patrick, for reals? I never even heard of that. Hail Mary Project? I never seen Yellow Jackets either. I gotta check that out. I never seen Brown Sugar, unfortunately, man. Jay Freedom. I never seen that film. I've heard of it, but I didn't watch it. Is it worth the watch today? Like, did it age well? Do you think? Squid Game 2 is good? All right, cool. So I gotta get into it. Cause Squid Games 1, that's actually, you know what? Now that you bring that up, that's actually a top tier series. It's like earlier when we were talking about Breaking Bad, Sopranos, Oz, The Wire. Squid Games is up there, bro. Like, that shit is intense. Soon as the game starts, because when I watched it, I didn't know what the shit was about. I didn't listen to anybody. I just went in just not knowing. So that first scene when they start playing the game for the first time, I was like, holy shit! Patrick, my best movies. All right, so in order for me to answer that, I gotta go right here for a second, and I just gotta type up a list of let me see. All right. Before I even answer that, I thought the movie Sinners was brilliant. I thought the movie Begonia was brilliant. If you haven't seen that, a lot of people talk about Sinners and they talk about Hamnet. I haven't seen Hamnet, but Begonia, I really enjoyed it. Like, really enjoyed it. Like, I thought that was really, really well done. Savage, I'm gonna check that out, man. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yo, Patrick, you're the second person to bring up Pluribus to me. Who told me to watch that? I was just talking to somebody and they said, you gotta watch that. It's bananas. So you're the second person to bring that up. I didn't know. What's the name of the horror movie that I saw? It's the director that did the movie Barbarian, which I didn't see, but he did Weapons. I thought Weapons was dope. Like, it's a horror movie, but it's not really scary. It's just more like, it's just really well written and brilliantly acted and a lot of twists. Begonia's like that too, where it's twisted and it's really well written and really well acted. But that movie Weapons is dope. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. What up, Dylan? What's the deal? Do I take song requests? Well, I don't. What do you mean? Like, what are you asking? Thank you, 07. I got to remember these things. Jackie Brown and Cape Fear. Yes, Cape Fear was a crazy film. De Niro was a... You know, when it comes to De Niro, obviously he did great in Goodfellas. He did great in The Godfather, right? He did great in Casino. He did great in Cape Fear. But to me, Raging Bull, I think that's my number one De Niro performance. Raging Bull. Raging Bull, he was just a different human being. And he made you just follow that movie. It's a rough movie, but Raging Bull is his shit. I never seen those, 07. I gotta check those out. Yeah, Weapons is dope. I heard Barbarian is dope too. I didn't see it, but I heard it's dope. So if anybody has seen the horror movie Barbarian, educate me. Let me know. Is it a good movie or not? Like, is it worth the watch? And if you've seen both Barbarian and Weapons, which one did you like better? They're both from the same director. Weapons was just really well put together. It's not gonna scare you. I didn't find it scary. Might be a little creepy, a little bit, but it was just more intriguing. Like, you're sitting there, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but what the director did was just, he really thought outside the box, and it's a fun watch. I enjoyed it. It's really good. That's dope, Yvette. Yo, you gotta post that. Yeah, Spoon, that's right. Did any of y'all see the horror movie Barbarian? I'm curious about that movie. Let me know. So where was we? As far as series, so I said I thought Sinners was good. I thought Begonia was good. You know what? I thought what's the Wonder Man, that Marvel series. It's good. And it's not what you think it is. It's not very super hero-y, if you get my drift. It's fascinating because it's an interesting twist on a superhero story. It's more of you're just seeing some really good acting. Ben Kingsley, I forgot the name of the guy who's playing Wonder Man, but it's really good. It really is. It's one of the better Marvel series that has been released in years. Darkman, whoa, Yvette, that's a throwback. I don't remember that movie. Like, I seen it when I was a kid, but I don't remember what was happening. That's old school. So 1883, 1923, Yellowstone. So wait a minute. So Landman is a part of Yellowstone? Is that how that is? Because I'm currently watching Landman with Billy Bob Thornton, and I'm like, I'm digging it. Like, I think it's like a lot of it, for me, it's kind of an experience because I don't know that world of oil drilling and Texas, like that real Texan mannerism and all of that. So a lot of it I'm fascinated by. And what I like about the series is how much they put some sort of facts about oil and drilling in the city. Now, I don't know if it's accurate what they're saying, because I'm not doing the research, but it definitely is intriguing whenever they have moments where Billy Bob Thornton is educating people on oil drilling or somebody else is. it's deep. Like it's some like it's intense. Ah man, that's crazy, Patrick. So Patrick, did you see Barbarian? I'm curious. Yeah, Patrick, he everybody does their thing. There's certain characters that for me are a bit challenging to wrap my head around because I don't understand the mannerisms of certain. I know what they're doing. They're trying to paint this accurate picture of the type of people that would be in this kind of circle. So I like that. But, you know, as a New Yorker's, or like, for instance, you know, some people in London might look at Americans like, American, you know, like that kind of thing. So people from New York might look at people from Texas at times like not understanding what they're looking at because it's different mannerisms, different approach to life. So certain characters, you know, when I watch them in that landman thing, I'm like, oh, what is that? Like, I don't understand. Why do they behave like that? But it's educational at the same time, you know? Oh, that's dope, Patrick. That's dope. That's what's up, Patrick. I understand. Yeah, like Billy Bob does a good job on that. Exactly. And it's educational. So if what's crazy is on Landman, if they are indeed what they're saying about oil drilling, if that is indeed accurate fact, some pretty intense shit. They're saying a lot of intense stuff. When you focus in on those points, like when he starts talking about drilling for oil and what the future holds and all of that, like it's like, yo, you're sitting there quiet, like, I need to listen to this. So I don't know how accurate the script is, but it sounds like they're trying to get a message across. You know, some series and some movies do that, you know, like they try to get that message across. And so it feels like that with Landman. There's a lot of good acting and the story overall is great, but a lot of the dialogue when they talk about oil drilling is pretty intense. That's crazy, Patrick. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for that. You know what? '07, I never seen American Horror Story, but I thought the Fargo series, there's another series. I thought that was dope. I didn't see every season. I only seen season 1 with homie from The Hobbit. I don't know that actor's name, but I thought it was brilliant. And was Billy Bob Thornton in that? I think he was. He plays an assassin or something like that. That was good. The Fargo series. I don't know if they were all good, but that one was a good one. The movie Fargo, matter of fact, we talking about like crime movies. The movie Fargo is, to me, another one. Brilliant. Top 10, top 5. Brilliant. Frances McDormand, like, kills it. Like, everybody in that film just does an outstanding job. Fargo is a dope movie. Sake with Wolf Creek movies, then. Okay. That's what's up. Lot of dope stuff, man. We could all agree that there is a lot of dope stuff to watch out there, man. It's almost like at a point where it almost feels like it's almost too much at times, right? Because y'all threw a lot of titles at me, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, will I be able to watch all of this shit? It's gonna take me years. And I'm a slow watcher, man. I don't binge watch. I don't have that. Like, it's hard for me to binge watch shit. I've only binge watched once, and that was Breaking Bad because I wanted to catch up. And so that's the only time that but after that, everything was episode by episode. That's just how I get down. American Psycho is that's a classic at this point. I like playing video games. I'm not a gamer. When I was doing this show initially, my son had suggested that I do it on some like play video games, talk to y'all, but I'm not nice like that. Like I be watching some of the like gamers get down, especially on TikTok. Some of them dudes are doing things that I'm not skilled like that. So I do play. The last thing I played that I was like really like hype on was Black Myth Wukong. Like I like that game. That's a dope game. I thought the graphics were beautiful. The mission, the whole quest was really cool. All the hidden boards, everything about it, the details. That was one of my favorite games in recent years, Black Myth Wukong. And then there's another one called Ali Ali. It's a skater game. Came out a couple of years ago. That's another one of my favorite games. So, but I don't really get down like I love the Spider-Man games and the Batman games. Yeah, that will suck me in for real, man. Like I'll be hypnotized by those games. Yo, '07. The Four Billboards is another peak great film. Frances McDormand again. A lot of she don't get enough flowers. She gets into character like if you watch Four Billboards, right? And then you go into Fargo, it's like two different human beings. She's a beast. She's very good at what she does. All right, so cyber sickness, is that like a motion sickness thing? Because certain games I can't fuck with. I get dizzy. So if that's what you're talking about, there are certain games that I personally can't play for too long. I don't know if it's because of my eyesight or whatever have you, but I'll get a little dizzy. Coen Brothers, Queen. But I think I'm going to get into Mist 07. I think I'm going to get into Mist in Between because a lot of y'all have said that one. That one seemed to have come up a lot in this conversation. So I'm definitely going to get into Mist in Between because don't even tell me what it's about. I want to go into it not knowing because if y'all are saying it's that good, I'm curious. Wasn't there another series with homie that played Freddie Mercury called I, Robot or something? I heard that was good too. I'm curious about that one. Savage, yes. I don't think I ever had a song in a video game, man. I've had songs in movies and in TV shows. The Arsonist, we had a song in the movie Restaurant. There's a movie called Restaurant. We had a backdraft in that movie. And then the movie John Leguizamo did, what's it called? It's a drug dealer film he did. Fat Joe's in it. I can't remember the film, but Who Wants to Be the Arsonist song, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is in that movie. I have a song called Dollar Bill, and that was in the Marvel, it was in a Marvel series called, I think it was The Runaways or something like that. I don't remember. Yes, 07. The Four Billboards is a brilliant film. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs on Shrooms? Okay, I got you on that. Yo, Tekken is the shit. Marvel vs. Capcom is legendary. You know what I mean? Mario Kart is sick. Thicker than water or blazing? Okay. Yes, Tanya, I was there when John had told me he was gonna do Twitch. You know, I thought he could have kept on doing it, man. He games a lot more than I do. Like he's definitely a gamer. You know what? Sometimes I'll play games and I like to play more of the older joints. You know what I mean? Like some of the joints y'all name, Mario Kart, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, you know, things like that. I enjoy those joints. That would be dope, Savage. That would be sick. That'd be really cool. For reals. Imagine that on a video game. Just get hyped like dun, 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 dun. Tripping out and shit. Oh my God, yo. Yo, man, I want to thank y'all for hanging with me, man. This was a lot of fun today, man. Thank y'all, man. Y'all, so Mr. In Between is going to be the next series I'm going to get into. So whenever we come back to this conversation, I'm going to bring it up. But I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. If this is your first time checking out the live feeds, remember I do a live feed on Wednesdays as well called Live from the Lab. That's 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East. And of course, today we do Friday Vibes with Q, 7 p.m. on the West, 10 p.m. on the East. And I just want to thank y'all for the support that y'all have been showing. You know, I'm still new to this, don't have a lot of episodes under my wing, but y'all have made this such a fun experience. And I'm so excited to keep on coming back and going live and all of that. So thank y'all very much. Live from the Lab is very different from what we do on Fridays. But for those that have seen both, y'all know the deal. Thank you for your love and your support and for hanging out. Thank you for your support with the super chats, super stickers, super gifts. Thank you for visiting qunique.com. Thank you for listening to the music. Thank you for watching the videos. And thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the amazing suggestions and comments and questions. I want y'all to have a beautiful weekend. And I will see you next week. Remember, next week, the new qunique Redmatic, our first single, is dropping next Friday. We'll be talking about that next week. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Have a beautiful weekend. Spread love. Peace.